Hello, Leo. Welcome to November of 2023. Big changes are coming for you in your home life and your where you live and what you do there. Maybe even your real estate and property stories are beginning to make a big shift in the month of November, but also positive things to do with your friends, your local neighborhood enjoyment, and people you want to hang with, and some also sweet stuff going on when it comes to travel. So let's dive into this month of November for you and talk about all of the details. You want to miss anything. There's lots going on. And thank God it's not as intense as last month's eclipse October. It's going to feel like a fresh breath of fresh air for a lot of us. Now, first of all, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac whole sign houses. This is not sidereal astrology. Second of all, I'm doing a promotion just for this month of November till the third week, and you might want to get on board because you'll never see this promotional price again. I'm selling my pre-sale for my 2024 forecast videos for each zodiac sign, and those are 75-minute videos with PDF workbook stuff, and I sell them every year, and this year I'm selling them in a pre-sale price of 35% off, and I will never offer that price anywhere again. So I'm releasing third week of November. If you want to get that product pre-ordered, go check below, get your sign a la carte or buy the bundle. It's up to you. It's more discounted and affordable to buy all 12 signs than it is to just buy one sign at a time and try to cobble it together. Thanks for listening to my promo. Check it out below. Now let's get rolling. Lori is standing in front of a window in her home. You can see that's my house, and I need to stretch my leg because I'm recording back to back nonstop in October. My Patreon community gets this first. So number one, we feel like a breath of fresh air is happening. It does not feel like the same old, because 3 planets change signs. It has a feel that's quite different than September and October. So we're going to have Mercury moving into the sign of Sagittarius. And we're going to have Venus moving into the sign of Libra around the same time. Venus moves on November 8th to Libra. Mercury moves on November 9th to Sagittarius, and they form a flow relationship to each other that keeps going on through the whole rest of the month of November between travel, siblings, neighborhood, neighbors, enjoyment of those things, social media platforms, your online virtual neighborhood, short distance travel, and skills-based learning, all third house things where Venus is loving you up, right? From November the 8th to December the 4th. At the same time, Mercury starting in November 9th to December 1st adds his love from the 5th house of children, sexuality, and romance. The 5th house of your creative projects and entrepreneurial business. Now, Mercury's not in great shape in Sagittarius. He may be a little bit befuddled, but he is still supporting Venus the best because he's in Sag. He's debilitated, but he's helping Venus, get some really good sweet things going. You can have some amazing conversations that are inspiring with your children or your loved one. You could have some leisure travel that's going to blow your socks off. You could have some financial goodness perhaps from your online world as it applies to your creativity and entrepreneurship. So for all of you Leos, sun, moon, or rising, this is really good. And your sun is about your career, your moon is about your home, your mom, but your rising sign is all about you. You could have some really good success here if there's something that you wish to do creatively and you want it to be very successful in a online way. So there, like my son has got some Leo energies, a Leo moon on his midheaven, and that would look like, okay, he's putting out his TikTok things and he gets a really nice blow up here of success online. One of the things I would say with Venus going through your third house for this long, and it is a long stay, women that are close to you, like sisters, sisterhoods, women can be coming into your life to literally, especially if your IC floats here, live with you or come visit you, or you may travel for a sibling or to a sibling. So especially a younger sibling, but sibling travel may be on the agenda for some of you during this month ahead. And if you want to do this travel anytime after November the 8th, it will be blessed travel full of good things and fortunate circumstances. And you may, with the South Node there, feel like you're traveling to a place from your past, but not just this time, like this life, but past life. So think bigger than this lifetime. Think about karmic travel to places that feel deeply meaningful spiritually to you. Alrighty, so then Mars is going to move into Sag. Now he's been in Scorpio for quite a long time, ever since like the 12th of October, and then he gets ready to move into Sag on the 24th of November. Now, as he goes into Sagittarius from November 24th to January 4th, there's a breath of fresh air, a new feeling as fiery Sagittarius adventurous Mars picks up speed in your fifth house. Mars has a tendency to cut, snip, and eliminate. You could cut out something here, especially like children, that you would cut out a child, but you could like definitely, a child could denest. You might want to denest a child, or some child may move into your home even. You never know. Mars is about movement and directional changes in the house of children. Second, and he owns the house of your domicile. So there's changes regarding your living arrangements and your children. Secondly, Mars here, if you have children, Mars here can make you very passionate and fiery and sizzling. And if you're like, libido is going to go up, right? Your romantic ideas and your passions are on fire, and your vitality can increase if you're doing passion projects, passion creativity, passion anything. So here you get this enlivenment of passion, enjoyment, and vitality as Mars moves through that fifth house, and it's going to feel really positive. Mars is fine in Sagittarius. He loves the fire. So, and it can be very healing for you in a lot of ways, because it does heal some deeper chironic wounds as he travels through here that have to do with father figures, and it can really enliven a renewal of your sexuality, if that's something that needs any kind of bump up or renewal. If you meet someone, you start dating them when Mars is traveling in your fifth house, it's going to be hot, hot, hot. Going to be full of sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. So I will give you a qualifier. If you're a single Leo, sun, moon, or rising, the time frame between November the 24th and Venus still in Libra, November the 24th and December the 4th would be a really great romantic beginning for a new relationship. Otherwise, those of you already Leo'd out with relationships may travel for pleasure and leisure and go on an adventure with the one you love that you're dating or something like that. Okay, so now there's 2 moons this month, but we're not going to do much on them because I have deep dive all sign videos every month in the regular, but we'll talk about them briefly. There is going to be a new moon, new moon in the sign of Scorpio, which is your 4th house of property, home, land, and real estate. That's going to be a very hot part of the sky this month. We're going to get into why shortly because of some Scorpio Mars stories. But this is a very important place where you're setting something brand new, a reset. It could be a new home in the 6 months that follows, a big change in your home, big change in who lives in your home, and that reset button begins November 13th at 20 degrees of Scorpio. Really most impacting Leo's between 15 and 25 degrees Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, but all feel it as well. Then on November the 27th, there is a full moon. It's picking up from the new moon in June behind us, and it's full at 4 degrees of Gemini, and it can really amplify or fulfill or reap something like a big light spotlight on your friends, on your social groups of belonging. And maybe you want to build new friendship groups out, and now it's flowing and it's big light in your house of friendships. If you're trying to increase your career gain, make more money from your career path, this is going to be a spotlight there that fulfills a momentum and energy around increasing your career gains that you tried to get off the ground in June. Now, again, degrees matter. And so if you're a Leo, sun, moon, and rising in the first, say, 10 degrees of Leo, then this is going to also be felt by you more strongly. Okay, also, I would like you to know that this is a huge month because at least Saturn is finally going direct, and he's been retrograding for several months, and now he's moving forward. And where he goes direct, we go direct. We start to move into visible actions or visible results, visible edifications. Things are built, things are created that are tangible and touchable. I mean, it's retrograde. He's more like, the Zen sage-like version, or some of his damages maybe less when he's retrograde, but I doth digress. So he's going to go forward in Pisces. Pisces is your chunky money house, your taxes, your investments, your inheritance monies, your savings, 401k, residual passive income. It's going to help you stabilize over the next 3 years until 26, those parts of your story. And as he goes direct this year, you'll feel some of that new momentum November 4th onward. Don't expect much around November 4th. He's going almost invisibly slow. But as the month progresses, things pick up in the chunky money house for you Leos. And we're going to go month by month through the details because we got a big event in your fourth house. A lot of you are going to change your home dramatically, new home in the next 2 years because of what I'm about to tell you about. But also you may feel turbulence in and from the home, conflict in the home, difficulty in the home, domestic life strife can be a bit of a narrative as you try to figure out where you want to live or land or what you want to do with property, land, and real estate. Because this reset of Mars and Scorpio involves Saturn in your eighth house. For some of you over the next 2 years, legacy wealth and family inheritance monies are a big part of the narrative. And I'll do a whole video on that Mars Cazimi separate from this, so in a webinar. So don't forget to like and subscribe because this is a very big deal and it's very rare. So Mars is coming into the heart of the sun, so we'll get to that, but let's go through the chronology of the month and then we'll get to that Mars in the heart of the sun story in the chronological order. Ooh, I need to breathe. I'm trying to do all 12 videos on October 10th. Patreon gets this ahead of time, ad-free early access. November the 3rd and 4th, Venus is on an oppositional energetic to Neptune. She's at the Virgo space. She has yet to move into your third house. She's been trying to help you for the 3 weeks she's been in Virgo. She's been trying to help you with your finances and your money. She's opposite Neptune in your eighth house of chunky money, and there might be some disillusionment or to need to dispel some confusion or fog regarding your assets, regarding your investments, regarding your bank account, regarding your tax status. These kinds of things are on the table for you in a big, big way at the beginning of the month of November. On the 8th, on the November 6th to the 8th, Venus also does something positive for you. Now she's like working it. She's trining Pluto in the house of work. This can look like a new job. This can look like a pay raise. This can look like the boss looks favorably upon you. This is like an extension of goodness to do with money and power and work. You could definitely be looking at this as a real glow up in finances and work. Now your health can improve if you want to look at it like sensibly eliminated or sensible new dietary structures that support powerful new health being obvious to you on November 6th to the 8th, for example. Then on November the 11th, and sensible, she's sensible. She's going to buy you a sensible ergonomic chair so you can power up at work, because you can possessions and belongings in the second house. She may buy you a really great chair for your work, or she could buy you a really good microphone for your work. Actually, I need a better mic stand. I tried to do these first two recordings with a lapel mic, but I kept getting like wonky sound that I couldn't calibrate it properly. So I'm back to my Yeti mic. Okay, so then we're moving into November 11th to 12th, and there's a bit of a shocking surprise that might be about something that gets cut away or cut off, as Uranus in the 10th house of your career and reputation is going to be in an opposition to Saturn, to Mars in your fourth house of property and land and real estate. Now, it's tension between your home life, because with Scorpio Mars here in your fourth house since October the 12th, through to November 24th, there could be strife, conflict, disagreement, and arguments in the home with whoever lives in the home, right? Your kids, your loved one, your roommates. And this is going to hit like an all-time screeching jolt around November 11th and 12th. So just duck. And sometimes it's just so like, Uranus is delivering the shock, but Venus is the lord of that, and she's in the third house. So I don't know, some bad neighborhood experiences that are shocking, but connect you to some jolts in your home. A trip that wants to take off, but it doesn't because someone you live with is like, angry that you're going to travel. It's just a small energy in a way, because Uranus is pretty transpersonal, but you're going to feel like this kind of work home, unexpected, surprising tension going on November 11th and 12th. From November 14th to the 21st, Mars is going to go through the sign of Scorpio with the sun. They're tracking together, like holding hands from the 23rd degree to about the 27th degree. There's a Cazimi on November 17th. Mars is perfectly in the heart of the sun. He's going to go from an old Mars to a brand new Mars and be born again, and he's invisible. So between November the 14th to the 21st, not only is he invisible, but he's burning up in the sun, like combust. So he's really hot and bothered, and he's not visible either. So here's a couple things to think about. November 14th to the 21st, do not make any major life decisions to do with your home, property, land, real estate, your mother, or anything going on with embattled conditions within your home. Do not even hire contractors to do a big reno, because Mars can do that here. Wait until January 11th when he becomes visible, and then you'll have a better sense of what's needed. But because he's coming into the heart of the sun, he's rebirthing your life in the fourth house. And there will not likely be many of you Leos who do not relocate their home in the 2 years that follow. It's a change of home or even a change of homeland for many Leos. When he's in this kind of long dance with the sun on the 14th to 21st, he's also trining Neptune. There's a silver lining here. Neptune is like the spiritual, unconditionally loving, highly imaginative, wonderful energy in your 8th house of shared monies with a partner, occult mysteries and wisdom, and chunky money of all kinds, like, inheritances and stuff. And Neptune, who can confuse the matter, is not doing that. Mars is now saying, I'm invisible, but I'm talking to you and Neptune in a flowing way. And we're going to get back to this in January when I'm visible. So it's kind of like he's setting in motion, especially over the next 2 years, positive things to do with resale of property, buying of properties, inheritance monies, legacy wealth, good things happening to do with all of those factors in your life, or shared resources with a spouse, but also inheritances as well. And if there's been any foggy confusion around inheritances and you're going, do I get something? Will I get something? You're going to know if that's true, if that's something to, is a part of your life, that'll be obvious to you over the next 2 years. Same with a move of home or sharing of assets from selling a home with a partner. These things are going to be very clear. Saturn moves through your 8th house now till 2023. For some Leos, this is like a very strict and stern energy around shared resources with a spouse, and can coincide with separating assets out legally with a partner over the next 2 years. Business or love. Now, on the 20th to the 23rd, Mars does something wonderful. I like this. He comes into a flowing trine, a sextile to Pluto, and this is really good for commerce, business. It's good for passionate, powerful action, decisions rooted in a place of potency and power. So Mars is in your 4th house still, right? He's in Scorpio till the 24th. So the 20th to 23rd, he's at the tail end of Scorpio, and he's talking to Pluto in your 6th house of pets, tenancies, rentals, work and work health, work routines, workplace situations, health. Big changes in your home can flow to make your health better in a powerful way on the 20th to the 23rd. Big changes in your home can inform a better rental situation. Big changes in your home that you're making because of Mars can inform a better work health routine situation. Now, honestly, though, don't forget, even though there may be momentum here on the 20th to the 23rd, it may not be the fully realized thing until we get Mars visible in January, but you may be hatching plans. You may be stealthily coming up with ideas. You may be getting rid of, Mars gets rid of things. Like, what are you throwing out, getting rid of, cutting and ending in the home that can lead to a better health and work and power and health and work, or in rental situations, rental properties. On the 24th to the 27th, there is a movement of Mars into Sagittarius, which is the house of your children. And that can definitely look like conflict with your children, a child moving, a child at new directions for a child. I mentioned earlier, I think, the romance thing in the beginning. So, but at the same time, on the 24th to the 27th, the beginning of this longer story that lasts until January 4th of Mars in your 5th house, there's a square to Saturn. So it starts off rocky. It starts off with Saturn in the jointly held monies with your spouse, inheritance monies, business partner monies, money that you have tucked away, and you're squaring off with a child, with a lover, or a creative project that needs financing, an entrepreneurial idea that you have to dig into the savings, and Saturn is squashing it down. He's got his arms crossed. He's like, I don't know about this. Slow down, be cautious. Don't make a decision yet. Okay. Mars isn't invisible till January. So if a kid needs money from you, for example, a semi-adult child or a romantic partner, wait. Saturn's got his arms crossed in the house of your chunky money. And you may just say, I'll take a breather on that. It's a great idea, but let me think about it. Okay, or Saturn would say yes, but structure alone, So someone wants money from you. Now, because it's 5th house energies, it's to connect with children or lovers or romantic partners or entrepreneurial stories. Or the taxman says, for your entrepreneurial business, you need to do this, and it feels hard to you. Oh, you mean I have to do this? It's going to be really hard to do it. But that's an example. All right. Thank you for listening. I hope this was useful. I hope it helps you navigate the month of November with more flow and ease, that you can find the grace points in your life. And don't forget to check out down below my 2024 75 times 12 videos with PDF workbook kind of stuff. It gives you the actual degrees and details that you need to know just on a piece on like visually. And that is 35% off. Never going to see that 35% off ever again. That is a one-time offer to pre-buy the pre-sale for the product that I will be sending to you on the 3rd week of November. That interests you at all? You want to get it now because it won't be back again. All right, thanks for listening. I appreciate all of you. Leos, be well. Have a good November.